The box art for Abadox is strange, to say the least. There's a contrast in styles between the word dripping blood and the glaringly loud neons that color the portrayal of a space ace firing behind him at what appears to be a grown-up version of Crumb from Real Monsters. And while it's weird to look at, it's also not obvious this is a shoot-'em-up. I see this, I think, platformer, like the dozens that grace the system, but this is a space/digestive system shoot-'em-up. Let's see what's up with Abadox on the NES. The year is 5012, and according to the manual, a strange cytoplasmic creature, whatever that is, has been sighted in our galaxy. Its name is Parasitus, a deadly mass that devours everything in its way, and now it's coming toward our home planet fast. Eventually, Parasitus swallows a hospital ship whole, and the beautiful Princess Maria was on board. No bueno. So you, Second Lieutenant Nasal, are the lone survivor of the Space Force because your ship was busted up, so you saw this all go down from the sidelines. Lucky dog. So, the only way to save the princess is to strap on your spacesuit and fight your way inside the deadly mouth of Parasitus and destroy whatever deep inside makes it tick, then grab the princess on your way out. There are 6 stages here, each one a different part of Parasitus' massive body. You'll enter through the mouth and float past the gnashing teeth and gross, weird tongue before navigating down the claustrophobic throat and esophagus, and through some other areas indescribable by human anatomy terms. Parasitus is big and teeming with strange Earth-like enemies that can be described as a skeleton dog with an eye on its back, sneaky lizards, and are those pterodactyls? At the end of each stage is a boss fight, each one a little different than the last, like how about an eyeball that shoots ice crystals, or 2 eyeballs that shoot ice crystals, or an eyeball that shoots fire crystals. What are your thoughts on an eyeball chilling at the end of a weird organ with some kind of crystals just floating around? How about a robot that probably has an eyeball in there somewhere? And finally, we see what I assume is an eyeball with teeth for eyelids, 2 mandible claws, and ghost bodyguards? You'll notice that eyes and teeth are a very common theme here. So yes, the game is weird, and if you haven't noticed, the orientation changes over the course of the game between horizontal and vertical scrolling, which is pretty neat. It plays well in both directions, and the perspective shift does highlight the different parts of Parasitus' insides. Horizontally drifting over the weird tongue or vertically scaling down the bizarre throat, you get the point that you're inside an organism, and it's well done. As you'd expect, there are plenty of power-ups to aid you on your quest through the bowels of Parasitus. Pick up these S's for more speed, or various weapon upgrades that allow you to shoot in multiple directions, or fire missiles, or even produce a shield to protect you from stray bullet fire. Pretty standard shoot-'em-up stuff, and of course, when you're fully armed, the game feels like a cinch, but it won't feel that way for very long. Abadox is a hard game. If you lose your power-ups and have to restart a stage, you're in for an uphill climb. The game isn't unfair, and really even when it's kicking your butt, it's fun, but it will kick your butt. The silver lining here is that you do have infinite continues, and the stages really aren't that long, but may take a while to master. There are bullets everywhere. Some enemies get the jump on you, so it helps to learn the stages anyway. And again, without the fully powered up suit, you can be stuck in a place for a while trying to make your way through a bullet hell nightmare. The graphics here are nice. I like the weird enemy designs and the attempt at making you feel like you're trapped in the disgusting and hopeless insides of a giant space beast. The environs are changed up nicely as you get closer to the core. You see the mechanical makeup of what makes the beast tick toward the end. It's a bizarre but neat juxtaposition between the computerized and robotic enemies and the ones terrifyingly fleshy. And the eyes, man. So many eyes. Each stage is refreshingly different than the last, helped by that orientation switching. The game controls well, and after picking up a few speed boosts, you'll feel the maneuverability become less sluggish. For a game that requires some precision placement of your character to escape danger, I didn't have any complaints about the controls. All in all, Abadox is a solid time. Don't let the difficulty scare you away from trying it, because with infinite continues, anything is possible. There are no other ports or follow-ups to Abadox. It's a one-of-a-kind title developed by Natsume. The music was notably composed by Kiyohiro Sada, who also composed music for Contra and Blades of Steel. Abadox's soundtrack doesn't come close to the memorable tunes in those games, but it's alright. Alright, that about does it for Abadox on the NES. Don't stick things in your eyes, and thanks for watching.